some details, the making of course, some interiors, the small rooms of the students. And collages, again, collages. And Gottfried Semper, in Der Stil, spoke about the theory of cladding of the wall. Backstein erscheine als Backstein. I think really a beautiful cultural idea of architecture. I would like to change this idea a little bit. No? We are not cladding the wall, but we are cladding the space. Maybe a beautiful idea, architectonic idea of community and society. Thank you very much.
Okay, we will leave questions for the final Q&A session, just like we did yesterday.
After the lectures, so we will get them all together and we will adjust to the time that we have left by the end. La siguiente.
Well, the next presentation, the next speaker is Mieke Bosse, who's going to tell us about the Brandevoort project, where she has been working together with many other architects on the project of a new town that followed the original plans of Christoph Kold and Leon Krier's brother. This new town, one of its features, does not only suits the idea of creating a mixed space, well-designed spaces, but it's also characterized by the involvement of many different architects. And Mieke Bosse is going to tell us about this Brandevoort project.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you to Alejandro and the team for organizing this wonderful conference through the years. My presentation is not so much about my work or another nice restoration, but it is about a more complicated item of our profession, providing a home for everyone. Let me see, does this work like this? Where do I point? That way? If it works. So far it does not. Yeah, okay. So first I will show you some slides of how Brandevoort looks like, so you know what we are talking about. This is the center, called the Veste. Well, again, the center even has a canal, as you can see, seen from the market hall. It has neighborhoods on the outsides, by Rob Krier called the outsides. This is called the Stepenkolk. This is called Hazewinkel. I'm sorry for the Dutch. So it has several different neighborhoods. Now, let me see if I can point. No, this is not. I want to go. Where's the pointer in this? Is it not this? No. I'm sorry, this? Yes. So here is the Netherlands, and here is Eindhoven. You may have heard it because it's a technical, advanced industry. Here you have Eindhoven, and here you have the city of Helmond, and there is a green belt in between where Brandenvoort is built. So here you see a part of the green belt in 1990, and now, or in 1923, it looked like this, and now these parts are built too. So this is the master plan of Rob Krier, and you can see he made a center with a green belt, and he made some outsides. Next. Yes. For every outside neighborhood and for the center, he designed a code. So, oh, no, I didn't touch anything. I'm sorry. I need to go back. Oh, back, like this. Please, back. It did have no bed. Oh, yep. There he is again. Oh, he's just slow. He will show. Yeah, no, that's back. Yes, stop. So you can see here actually the results, so what it is now. So you can see that the center has really the act of a center, the looks of a center, and the outside neighborhoods are very different. There is a railway and a station in the middle. So that's looking quite promising. Just some numbers at the start. In 1998, 6,000 houses, a very low density, like 30, 50 houses per hectare, including social housing, terrace housing, private buildings, sports, commercial areas, and schools. So let's say daily life. These are some sketches of Rob Krier. And to start with, he made a lot of analyzing of cities and villages in the neighborhood. And he used this to make his plan for the center, the way the main roads would run through it, according to trees that were already there. And he also drew some street views, the way he thought it should be. This master plan and the codes got a legal status. So this status goes from windows, how windows should look like, how the gutters should look like. Here you see how, so the city center has urban blocks, and in the urban blocks, the parking should be solved. So there should be gates to go in and out and have your own car in the yard, in the courtyard. You see, for architecture, you see what he means with the roofs, how he wants to organize corners, the more modest streets, the centers. So this all got a legal status. So you think, we're good to go. Let's build this. But then it was a very difficult start. The first houses somehow got very weird windows. not at all Dutch. They seemed upside down, badly detailed. We never heard of a market hall in Holland. You could find them if you go on holiday to France or some other country, but we never had a market hall. We never use the fire walls between individual houses. They do in Luxembourg. So it was in the beginning very easy to ridicule this fake city, as people, opponents would call it, because they say you cannot possibly have the history of a city in one design. Look what comes out. And then we all know how difficult building is in terms of costs. So every house had to struggle to come there. And most of all, Brandenvoort became some sort of orphan. So there was no continuity in the government, in the city council, in the choice of architects. What happened was, what happened was that the quality went down. You can see that here or here, even if in a simple house. So the quality went down, but the public began to like Brandenvoort. They began to see the nice things of a market hall. They were very attached to their homes. And so sales were going up because it was more easy to sell a house in Brandenvoort than in other places of new towns. Well, I think it must be around that time that Rob Krier invited students of the University of Notre Dame. I don't know if they're here today, but they were invited to do a project with Ettore Mazzola. And they actually make sketches for houses of blocks, strangely, under the gardens also of Rob Krier. And then they did something, all kinds of things that were actually prohibited in the master plan, like building those cross caps as so the change in the direction of the roofs. Some of these drawings were actually used. As you see here, the cross caps that were actually forbidden in the first master plan, but students introduced it. Rob Krier liked them, and they were built. But what then happened was the Lehman Brothers crisis. So beautiful houses were built, and they stood empty. Not for some weeks or some months, but for years. So that does not help. So specific this row of big houses stood empty for sale for the first 2 years. But building continued, and gradually Brandenvoort showed the convincing qualities that it has, because the quality of the public space and the quality of architecture is nice. Oh, no, there was, yes, oh, can you stay here? Yes. The public space is also very nice for the people who live there. So some of them help with the flourishing in the small greens. Everyone has this little, what we call stoepjes. This is actually private space. So it is space that is owned by the people who live there. You buy the house. Oh, no, 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 no. Toep, toep. Oh, yes. You buy the house and this. And it is a place where you express yourself to the public with some plants, with a little bench. And also, it is a very beautiful thing to bike through or to walk through, because it's very pedestrian and bike friendly. Also, the normal streets, the very easy street, you could say, it's nothing special. They are just houses in 2 floors with a roof. They are unobtrusive. I say they are nothing special, they are just perfect. Because you have a perfect home. Oh, sorry, yes. Also, these urban blocks in the Veste, they organize daily needs. You see here some pictures of the inner courts. So everyone has a parking place. The ports are closed from the street, so only you and your neighbor enter the streets, the courtyards. There is some green, and the garbage is underground in the courtyard. So here you see a garbage thing. So that's the reason why the porches need to be that high, because this big truck collecting the garbage go underneath the porches. It's a very convincing quality to have the green belt around the center, because in only a few steps you are here. You can fish, you can walk, you can even go into the water, so that's really a great quality. Oh, oops. The outside neighborhoods, which Rob Kier calls the outside, they are very different from character. This one, called Stapelkolk, should look like a poor farmer's home. That was a very difficult thing to sell for the real estate agents. But in the end, it is a neighborhood that's really green and quiet. All neighborhoods have different characteristics, so like the big bay windows and the fences in this part, or here, this very, very modest green low houses and gardens with hedges. Now, I have been working during overtime since 2002 in Brandenvoort. I looked it up for this lecture. I have been working for 7 developers, sometimes by winning a competition organized by the city council. We now build to, no, that's the wrong way. Yes, 321 houses. Some are apartments, so this is an apartment building in 3 stories. It's not finished yet. Yep. And I want to show you, because cost and cost effectiveness is very important for affordable houses. So we have standard plans which are optimized in every detail. The only difference you might have is that you have an entrance on this side or on this side. What we can do is make the facades. We get a block, and then it will be organized completely, and you have the exceptions that can make something nice out of it. Also, of course, the normal houses. So here I have an example how we work with, in this case, 3 architects. In a very early stage, We print our facades in a scale 1 to 100, so a very big scale for early. We take the scissors and we compose the streets. And what it becomes then, well, this is an artist impression, and this is built, so we are very proud that we reached that level of reality. Another example in Hazewinkel that I want to show is this piece. So here you have one of my drawings in the beginning, because this is an outside with lots of green. Here there were 16 houses, but they need to be 36. So then I changed this part in little courtyards. I don't know if you can see here. So it's little sketches that we do in advance before we start with 3 architects working on this. Here you see how we, oh, yes, well, I want to show this. So here is how we compose the streets or the little courtyards in a bigger scheme to get a coherent, newly built area. My conclusion would be that the traditional architecture has the wealth, the richness, the possibilities to withstand the inevitable trouble that we have in a contemporary building. Thank you. And questions?
Bien, no tenemos mucho tiempo, pero tenemos...
We don't have a lot of time, but time for a couple of questions. Indeed, we have time for that. Those who are watching us, following us online, can also put questions to us.
Nada, ningún comentario.
Comments?
Mika, very interesting work. I think this kind of developments in the Netherlands makes lots of sense. It's your way of living. Perhaps for us in the south it's a little bit different. We like the street and we like to live on the street. How does that work there? People go out and they go shopping, or they go to a cafe or something like that, or no, or they have to go to a sort of center, or how does it work?
In Brandefort, there is a center. There are shops. We are humans, just like you. But we have lots of rain, of course. So perhaps we are very used to living at streets and to present a house at the street. So that is a very big difference that I see here in Écija. Yeah, I hope I pronounce it correctly. So the streets are very narrow, and Fernando even told us the windows are high, so you cannot look in. But we have very low windows, so you can look in and present your house, yourself, your family. And if you don't want to do that, you close the curtains, right? But basically, it is open. Now, as for, it's actually also a question about splitting zones, right? You work here, you live there, you need a car in between. Well, we have those laws. Also, we fight them also because we think you should connect work and living and schools. But in Brandenvoort, you have a zone on the north where you can walk or take a bike to and work. So it is possible to have, you have schools in the neighborhood. So I don't know if it answers your question.
So it's possible to get a bike and near to get something on a bike or something?
Yes, one of the first things that you could have was an ice cream cafeteria.
Yeah, and of course the climate influences the way we live.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just another question, a final one.
I can add something to the answer,
yes.
Because I was visiting Brandenburg it was still very early because it was 2012, I think. So it was not as complete as it is now. Yeah. So even when it was unfinished and a lot of the buildings were still on sale, and so not as many people as now were living there, at the beginning when I arrived by train, by the train station there, I thought it's not as lively, even in the center it's not as lively, but then it came like the mid-morning break or something, and then a lot of people came into the street, and the cafeterias in the outside, all the terraces were full of people, and especially people came by bike, cycling. Yeah. Most of the people came cycling, and it was very lively, the main street. And then it was even more beautiful when the kids came out from the school, and everyone came with the bikes, and they were all cycling home also. So even by then, when it was still starting, you could see that the center, at least, which is the denser part, it was working very well. Like the streets were very lively. That was my experience, and it is time ago, and probably now it works better than it was working by then.
That's great. It's good to know. I know you very well, so I know you value human life and conviviality, and that's great if it can happen. And just the last question is about codes. When you do your projects, your Scala projects, you have a code to follow? Oh, okay.
Yes. We do not use the word code, but it has a different strange word with us. It's called image quality plan, beeldkwaliteitsplan. So that has codes for roofs, for heights of gutters and heights of the roofs and the way...
You say there are elements for composition.
Yes, okay. Yes, in every code, and they have a legal status.
Thank you.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Any more questions? In this case, we are going to have a coffee break now. No? Yeah, you have a question. Okay, looking ahead on the program, on the agenda, we have a few gaps, so to speak. The Lime Museum at Moron. So if anyone didn't sign up, he may sign up now for this Lime. After the coffee break, both workshops will begin. The Moron will be at the stables. Everything is ready for it. And those who sign up for the mosaic and wall painting, we will be at the museum proper. After coffee break, you will all get together at the arch by the staircase, at the bottom of the staircase. Yeah, I remind you again, those who booked the bus to Córdoba, your suitcase should be ready. The bus departs at the bus station in Ciudad del Sol. If you are there just before the bus departs, pick up your suitcases. If you are not, bring your suitcases over here so we can walk to the bus from here. Those who are at Ciudad del Sol, don't do anything. The bus actually leaves from there, Ciudad del Sol. Clemente has been kind enough to bring at the entrance, on behalf of the Academy, some books which are also outside this meeting hall about the restoration of the Santiago altarpiece. As Manzano